Hunter Biden and that sweetheart plea deal that a federal judge in Delaware refused to sign off on yesterday. For more on what happened, let's welcome in Oklahoma Senator James Lankford. Senator, it is great to have you on this morning. This deal shocking many. It's off the table right now. Finally, a Biden not above the law. What was your reaction to this when you heard the news yesterday?
Quite a bit of conversation that this could happen leading up to it, and everyone being hopeful that they would turn down this deal on it. And then she did turn down this deal and say this is not normal. This is the Department of Justice actually bringing something that's atypical in this. And quite frankly, she asked exactly the right question. Does this deal dealing with a weapons charge and a drug charge actually also get him off of all the other charges as well? And of course, the prosecution said no. And Hunter Biden's attorneys were shocked, like, we thought the deal got us away from everything. And so they suddenly walked away from the deal on it because apparently there was a backroom deal to be able to say, we don't face charges for anything. We walk away from everything and just talk about this gun charge, and that's it. And it was quite remarkable to be able to see.
Yeah, it was. And now the question is, what does this mean for Joe Biden? What's his exposure? How much of this sticks to him? Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday continued to say that Hunter Biden's a private citizen and he's rebuilding his life. Take a listen.
The president has previously said that he has never discussed overseas business dealings with his son, but the White House now says that the president has never been in business with his son. So why the updated language? Which statement is true? Or is this semantics and they're both true?
As I stated on Monday, when I was asked this question multiple times, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed on this. Nothing has changed on this. And so could ask me a million different ways on this question. Nothing has changed.
Senator, has something changed? It certainly feels like it has.
Yeah, something has definitely changed on this. The White House is changing its story because more and more facts are actually coming out that are different than the story they've been telling. There's a big difference in saying I was never in business with. I guess he's saying I never signed a contract with my son on all the different business dealings that he did, when it's becoming more and more public now that Hunter Biden had all these sweetheart deals overseas with foreign entities. And then part of the deal was he was connecting them with his dad when his dad was vice president to be able to connect on all these deals on it. So you can say I wasn't in business, but clearly he was part of the business. That's coming out more and more.
So the Democrats impeached Donald Trump twice while he was in office. Would you support a Biden impeachment if the House goes in that direction over the next few months?
We've got a lot more facts to come out between now and then. So I encourage the House to get the facts out, go through the details, but make sure all the ducks are in a row before they actually get there. Don't make the same mistake the Democrats did, that they ran into an impeachment without any facts behind them. And it was just a total embarrassment to the Democrats in the House. So I encourage House Republicans to not make the same mistake the House Democrats did. Get the facts out and then to be able to push it from there.
Yeah, but payback can be a you-know-what, sir. And I think right now, I think the House has already got a lot. We're going to have Devin Archer testify behind closed doors on Monday before the Oversight Committee. Would you support, or do you support at least the notion of an inquiry, looking into impeachment before it goes to the floor for a vote?
Yeah, we shouldn't have any hesitation to try to pull facts out. Getting facts out is basic American justice, to say, let's put all the facts on the table and be able to push those out there. But don't forget, when there was the push for impeachment for Bill Clinton, that's what helped actually push him into the White House for a second term. So you need to be careful on this, because the American people will respond very differently to something that they see as a false accusation, rather than actually seeing the facts, that they actually come out and go, yep, that doesn't smell right at all, and we can all see it.
The New York Post a day ago talked about the possibility of a third Trump indictment. Trump's enemies pursue more and more indictments to ensure his 2024 nomination. Seems like they want the Biden-Trump rematch. If Donald Trump is indicted for a third time, a second time by Jack Smith, what do you make of what that will do for Trump politically?
I think he'll do the same thing that's happened in the previous two indictments that a lot of people run to his aid. That's why I mentioned that on a Biden indictment, that there'll be a bunch of Democrats right now that are not excited about Biden that will suddenly get excited about Biden, because they'll see if he's actually charged or impeached, they'll actually get engaged. We've seen Republicans actually do the same thing to be able to come to Trump's defense. So again, everyone needs to be attentive to what the Democrats are actually doing here. The more they indict Trump, the more they're trying to be able to drive it, keep everyone out of the conversation.
Good point. I want to move on to a bill now that you are introducing. It protects health care funding to states, basically stopping pro-life discrimination. Tell us about what you're doing, and then I'm curious what you think, how big a role the abortion issue will play 16 months from now on Election Day in 2024, because it played a huge role in the midterms.
Yeah, it's hard to tell now, obviously, what the issue is going to be a year and a half from now, but there's no question that will be a major question in lots of campaigns. How large that question will be, we don't know. It was a bigger issue right after the Dobbs decision when the entire country was trying to figure out where this goes. Now we see about half the states in America have made decisions to be able to reduce or eliminate abortion in America, and the other half of the states are just running as fast as they can to increasing abortions in their state. So we're watching this in a state-by-state fight, as every state and every conversation, every family is, do children matter? For those of us that are pro-life, we believe that every child is valuable. We don't think some children are disposable and some children are valuable. We think they're all valuable. And for those that want to rush out and say, no, some children are disposable, let them make that argument. Let's talk it through. But we don't know how big of a political issue that's going to be. As far as this issue in Oklahoma and what's actually happening in several states right now, the Biden administration is trying to increase the number of abortions in America. And they're going to pro-life states and saying, you have to print in your healthcare materials a 1-800 number where people can go to get an abortion from your state. That's a new requirement that they're actually putting on our states. And what they're doing now is they're taking away what's called Title X funds. If you don't promote abortion in your state can't get federal assistance for breast cancer screenings for those that are in poverty, AIDS screenings for those that are in poverty. They're taking away all those healthcare screenings for those that are highest need, saying if you don't promote abortion, we won't actually help people in poverty in your state actually get healthcare screenings. That's the new Biden policy and leverage that they're trying to do. And I'm trying to expose what they're doing to say this is not about just abortion, pro-life and non-pro-life. This is now about them trying to impose abortion and promote abortion across the country.
Senator, we always appreciate you coming on and appreciate you spotlighting that issue. Thank you.
You bet. Good to see you again.
You too. Oklahoma Senator James Lankford joining.